Today's January 22nd. I started these on January 13th in this Kratky Hydroponic setup. And we have quite a bit of new growth. Well, they look very stable. They look really healthy. Right now I have them underneath a couple of LED grow lights in my kitchen. I'm going to take them out, turn off these lights, and we'll take a look at what we have. All right, I brought the plants into the living room on the coffee table so we can take a close look at them in some natural light. All in all, they look pretty good. They look healthy and robust. There's a little bit of new growth here. Every plant right in the center starting to develop new leaves and new growth that wasn't there. This is the plant that was the smallest of the bunch, and in fact, not only was it small, but after I planted it, you can see where one of my cats, who always likes to eat my plants, had a little snack. You can see here a couple more leaves missing here, over here, but other than that, they look great. And a week ago when I planted these, you remember that there was one or two roots that I was able to pull through the bottom of these net pots into the nutrient solution. So now, after 8 days or 9 days, check this out. Those roots are growing vigorously. And I think once the roots get well established, then more energy is going to come up to the rest of the plant. Let's see this little guy. So even this little one is making some great root growth right now. I think this big root in the front, I think that was maybe the only root that I was able to pull through in the beginning. So we'll see how these go. I don't know if I'm going to get any strawberries. I hope I do. That would be really cool. Look at that. That's amazing root growth. Just a few days. Let's see this one. And again. Not as good as that last one, but still very nice. Today's February 15th, day after Valentine's Day. And I wanted to do a quick update video on the non-circulating hydroponic strawberry plants that I started January 13th. Been 1 month and 2 days. So let me show you the growth. There they are. These two plants are doing great as far as their growth goes. If you look close, little strawberries growing. Several flowers. Look how lush and healthy those leaves look. Now I'm not sure, but I think you can make tea from those leaves of strawberry plants. If anyone knows or has ever tried, let me know in the comments. Now then, come over here. This plant, while it's not nearly as large as the other two, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strawberries growing already. How cool is that? I can't wait. Now these strawberries don't get very big. They're Ozark berries. And I think they get to be about an inch, inch and a half in size. So they're not very big, but they're very plentiful. They make a lot of strawberries. So what I was thinking is kind of cool about this is that they won't have any dirt on them. These berries will be clean. I'll be able to pick them right off the plant and eat them without having to wash them or rinse them off. So that's a nice little benefit. Now, this plant, I'm not sure if it's going to make it. Maybe it was 3 weeks ago. I woke up in the morning and this plant was on the ground. My cat eats my plants, like I've said. So I built a barrier next to this container to try to deter the cats from getting in there. But all in all, these look great. Let me pull this up and take a look at the roots. Look at those roots. Oh my. I'm not going to pull it all the way out. I'm afraid I won't be able to get it back in without damaging them. I want to see these roots. They're not as big, but they're holding their own right now. Okay. So that's my strawberry plant update. It's been about a month, a couple days more than a month, and we're doing good so far. This plant has even grown, and we're extending down, and we're growing a new plant out here. Well, like I said, I think I started off with about 20 of these in my garden 2 years ago. Yeah, last year was the first full year, and they multiplied and multiplied, and really they took over the bed that I had them in, and I have to thin them out this spring. So this was an experiment with some of the extra plants that I had. Now this container that I have them in is nothing but a Sterilite container that I got, I think at Walmart or something, and it was clear. So I spray painted it this metallic black just because that's what I had available. You just want to paint it anything that's going to block the light out so that you don't get any mold growth in your nutrient tank. And then what I did over here on the side, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see, I put a piece of tape right here, just a piece of 1/2 inch painter's tape, while I was spray painting it. And then as the paint was drying, I pulled that off, so that gives me a little insight into how much water is remaining in there. And in 1 month, I think this water level was about here when I started. So we have a ways to go. That's it. That is my update for now. When I get to a point when these berries start turning red, I'll be back and show you the progress. Let me know if anyone has tried any of this at home and how it turned out. I'm relatively new at this, so I don't even know how this is going to all work out. I usually think growing things naturally is the best way to grow them. I also don't like doing a lot of work on the garden. So I'm not one to be out there pulling weeds and constantly pruning. So in that respect, this method is great because you really set this thing up one time. You set it where you want it, put the nutrient solution in, drop your plants in, and that's it. You wait and you watch them grow. So in that respect, this doesn't take a lot of work. All the work is at the beginning of the project. The rest of it is going to be delicious. I'll be back soon with an update.